here on Eurosport of the Heineken Trophy. Pat Rafter here, the number 2 seed, in trouble against Andrei Pavel of Romania. You join us live at the start of the second set, and Rafter has just lost the first. Pavel broke in the 8th game and just served out for the set to win it 6-3. And here we are, love 15, start of the second set. Simon Reed alongside Froome at Millen. Live because we had extensive rain right the way through the day here at s-Hertogenbosch. And the players came out around 40 minutes ago. The court seems to have recovered pretty well, obviously covered, and the players moving without any apparent difficulty. But it's Pavel, through, who's made the better start.
Yes, well, he is a real talent, is Pavel, and got a good serve, good all-round game, is not serving and volleying all the time. In fact, they've had some really long rallies in this match. But a man with a terrific backhand, not much of a backswing on the backhand, which, of course, can really suit his game there for 2 grass. Although he's never really starred on the surface. But he's got a game, Pavel has, for all courts, I feel.
Rafter seeded 2 here, ranked 2, the champion. In his second appearance, he's had 9 matches here at s-Hertogenbosch and won them all. Pavel ranked 66th from Romania. Rafter gets off to a lead at the start of the second set. He had a break chance to go a break up in the opening set, but Pavel here saved it. That was at 2-all. And then Pavel took his chance on Rafter's serve at 4-3. One chance, held on, 5-3, and then took the set. You can see latecomers in, wiping the seats. It's been a very wet day, but those who have stayed here, and the match delayed some 3.5 hours, have been duly rewarded.
Yes, it's of course Rafter who's coming at Pavel all the time. That's the way Rafter plays. But we have had some long rallies, and it might be a suggestion there that the court is damp, but in fact it's been well covered. It's playing pretty well, although it has to be said not as well as Queen's, and certainly not as well as the hollow grass courts. But nevertheless, terrific preparation for these chaps for the big tournament which lies next week.
Second double for Pavel.
It's not a massive serve, but it's a good enough serve to test Rafter's returns. And of course, in the Rafter game, that on a fast surface is his weakness, and certainly is on grass, where the ball keeps that much lower. So he skids through. He likes more time than that. He somehow has got to work out how to return more effectively if he's to be really a threat, I feel, at Wimbledon.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yes, he's not phased, and particularly on the backhand. He's got real form, uses a lot of the right shoulder to dig under the ball, hasn't got really a massive swing, takes the racket back very early and is therefore well prepared for the shot. Well, Pavel, I'm sure if he had this over, would stay back behind the second serve here. After finding one and finding room past him, having to dig it out from behind him, actually did well to scoop it back into court.
With that backhand again, it's one of the best in the game.
Yes, I think you were doing that terrific match against Rios in Monte Carlo, weren't you?
Yeah.
Astonishing match ending in a tiebreaker in the final set.
Pavel gave an awful lot of himself that day. A real competitor and a very watchable player. Like we were saying before we came on air, it's extraordinary that Pavel is ranked as low as he is at 66, because he's had some pretty good results. Last 16 in the Australian Open, finalist in Munich.
Yes, I was surprised. He ended last year at 66, so he remains at clickety-click, and I would have estimated around in the 40s somewhere.
Break off this game.
Wow, didn't get the line. Pavel not querying that. Second ace for Rafter.
Yes, a man who averages round about 7 aces a match, but really on grass he'd like to serve a few more than that even.
Rafter ruthless at the net. And the high standard continues. Rafter leading 2-1, but a set down. Welcome back. 15-love in the fourth game here. Andrei Pavel 1-2 down, set up against Pat Rafter, the number 2 seed. You're watching the final of the tournament at s-Hertogenbosch.
Well, we saw Rafter concentrating a lot more on his service game on the Pavel forehand. And I think although it remains a good shot, I would prefer to go in on the Pavel forehand rather than the backhand.
And that's why.
Yes, the first man to really accelerate, the first man to flatten his shot.
Rafter, who's number 2 in the world, needs to reach the 4th round of Wimbledon or better to become number 1. Wonderful instincts from Rafter. chance to get right back in this match now. Break point for 3-1.
Well, it was a serve hit pretty well and hit directly at Rafter, and Rafter was so intent really of trying to steer yet another backhand down the line. He played it very square on, hardly moved his body at all.
Looking so confident, Pavel. And this is going to be a very difficult one for Rafter to turn around. Pavel in only the third final of his career, won in Tokyo last year and lost in the final on the clay to Franco Scolari in Munich this year. Rafter with 8 career titles, none this year, although he did get to the final in Rome. Gustavo Kuerten beat him there.
Well, even though he missed that shot, Pavel, that's perhaps the little difference there is on the backhand side. It's not a little difference, it's a great difference. The fact that Pavel can really hit through the ball on the return. We've seen him also here chip the ball back as Rafter does. But that ability of his to hit through makes such a difference. And perhaps really ought to have taken advantage of this serve instead of just chipping it back, ought to have tried to use more weight. As it is, Rafter could dominate and dictate the rally.
Very solid. Both guys serving well now. And it's Rafter who leads 3 games to 2. Andrei Pavel of Romania against Pat Rafter, the final of the grass court tournament here at s-Hertogenbosch in Holland. And a good one it is too. First set to Andrei Pavel, and with serve so far in the second set. And a real bonus for us here at Eurosport to be able to bring you this one live, thanks to the rain which delayed the match over 4 hours.
Well, ending up with a fairly easy volley, but Rafter really trying to hit through that backhand. There we go. Now if he can patent that, you might say, well, why bang on about Rafter not being able to return? He won this tournament last year, but the point is he wants to win this tournament and go on and fulfill his talents at Wimbledon as well.
If he always goes on about his movement or lack of it, says he doesn't feel comfortable on grass. You focus a little bit on his return of serve, which is what I would really, but he always talks about movement.
Yes, it surprises me in many ways because he moves so well, but perhaps he has to move that much more on grass because your instincts on grass anyway are to attack, and so most players are attacking more than they normally would do against Rafter. And therefore, perhaps he feels he has to move even better to combat the attacking, sharp shots of attacking players. 15.
Really good serve.
Well, I'm sure Pavel hasn't or has objected to the fact that the match has gone on late. Rather play, of course, than not at all. But no doubt Rafter is rather pleased. I'm sure he's been glued to the cricket. I don't know why I mention it, but...
Well, I was going to leave you to start, Prue. There was English interest, but that seems like a decade ago. Third ace. Yes, everyone's talking about the semi-final as the greatest cricket match, one-day match of all time, but I suppose that's scant consolation, really. Very nearly in. And the table tennis works for Rafter. With welcome back. They're like express trains out there. Very quickly out and hardly any time sitting down. So sorry, we've got our commercial format, which is geared to a normal change round, but it doesn't really work here. These two obviously thinking that even if this does go 3 sets, they don't want a particularly long match.
Yes, that's in many ways the beauty of it. They're very quick in between the change of ends, but they've played some long rallies.
Yes.
Which can sometimes be unusual, of course, for grass, but it's otherwise almost a match between Ivan Isavic and Steffi Graf. We like to get on with it.
And many pleasing rallies as well as long ones.
4-2. Yes, they're two men really who know all about playing all over the court. You can see Pavel's correctness on his backhand applies to the high volley. Really is a bull, very strong, compact man.
No problem at all. After saving the break point in the fourth game, Pavel looking very solid.
There's a precedent here for a Romanian to win this title. Cristian Sasianu won it in '91.
Rafter likes to do that. Hit the ball down the middle. Well, like the penalty taker, making the goalkeeper go to one side or the other.
Yes, it's become a lot more fashionable to do that these days.
Fourth ace. He's getting some kick, isn't he, on the serve?
Yes, Pavel becoming a little frustrated here, making really no impression in the set on the Rafter serve.
Rafter looking very good indeed once again. 5-4. Second set. Against the number 2 seed here. Been some time since we've had any kind of return.
Yes, they're really romping through the serves. Good variation. They're not sticking to one place. Forehands, backhands. Now when it gets to 40 love, just flick it away.
So 10 games in the second set in just 27 minutes. It's got swing and bounce and pace. It's a deadly cocktail, isn't it?
Yes, developing more and more. He's not known for his powerful serve. He's known, of course, for his great variation, the spins that he uses. Well, finally, a strike against the head. 16 points, I think we had, of successive points won on the serve.
Not sure if it's hit the top of the net or not, but you can tell Rafter was very wary of it.
Yes, he rolled it. He's got so much strength in this wrist here. You can see a little turn, and it really beats Rafter comprehensively.
Now then, that formidable backhand weaving its magic, and here's break point. The way that Pavel's been serving, you'd have to say it's virtual match point here. That's some second serve.
Yes, he really went for that. There was no holding back by Rafter there, and of course, interestingly, going to the forehand side.
Another blinding backhand, and here's a second break point. And a trusty kicker out wide.
Yes, he's got Pavel muttering, but it really had vicious kick on it. Put a little bit extra on it. He needed to, of course. And that is sometimes a fault of Pavel. If he is facing a kick serve, he doesn't move his feet quite well enough. He's expecting the arm to do all the work for him.
Solid stuff from Rafter. Saves the break points with impeccable serving. It's 6-5. Second time to stay in this set. done. No prisoners from Pavel.
Terrific approach shot. Probably a little disappointed that he hadn't gone in behind the serve, because it was a better serve, I think, than he thought, after having to dig it out from the body. But no harm done when you can approach like that. Plays Agassi first round at Wimbledon.
That could be a very interesting match, and an important one.
Yes, because Pavel actually seems to almost play his best tennis against the more noted players.
Game Pavel. 16
So into the breaker in express style. I don't think many tiebreakers have lasted a set that's taken us to a tiebreaker has lasted as little as 34 minutes. And first blood to the Romanian.
1-0 Pavel.
Yes, he's won the 2 tiebreakers he's played here this week. He's played 13 this year, won 7 of them. Rafter, although he won an important one against Harhaus in the opening round, is trailing in his, played 16, won 6.
First serve percentage starting to dip now. Oh, yes, well done.
I will not be put off by this man at the net. So easy to lift your head and see what on earth Rafter is up to, but not Pavel.
Well, it was an ambitious shot from Rafter. And now he really is playing catch-up.
Yes, he really went for it, and I think really had it gone over, it would have missed anyway.
3-1 Pavel.
Yeah, tricky little volley there from Rafter, but he encounters it well.
Yes, really handled it well, good hands. A little disappointing perhaps from Pavel, who had it on the backhand, had to do it on the run, but really came up with nought.
So they changed sides, with the Romanian once again with the 2-point cushion, and Rafter's got to do more on return.
Yes, that perpetual problem. It seems to me that Pavel's trying for perhaps even a little too much on the serve in this tiebreaker, so Rafter's getting the opportunity.
Well, Well played, Rafter, and the little mini break is equalised.
2-3. Pavel.
It's been the danger shot. And once again, he comes up trumps.
5-3.
And he did come up to this. Just watch the way he moves his feet and then stands up to the ball. Really gets on top of it.
Pavel.
The two serves for Pavel. And if he gets them, he's the champion. Typical piece of Rafter crowding.
5-0.
Yes, it was asking a lot, really, Pavel, of himself to have to continue to pass. Too many missed first serves.
Thank you.
Oh, what a shot.
That's an unbelievable shot.
That was nostalgic.
Exactly. He really spun it right back. A Romanian trick.
Match point. And sure enough, the first serve saves the day, but I'd love to see that shot again on the backhand. It really was a man of immense talent could play that only.
Yes. Strong of wrist and strong of talent. He stopped it dead, didn't he?
And you know the cheers are coming from the ladies. 6th ace for Rafter. Set point for Rafter. Some meaty serving.
Yes, he knew that he had to prevent Rafter really giving him a lot of pressure on the second serve, and yet he didn't hold back.
Wow. Just about his best return of the match. And this time he has set point on his own serve. And from the hooting and the hollering, you know, even without watching it, that Rafter has taken this match into a deciding set. And those who've braved the conditions, a lot of people would have gone because it looked very unlikely an hour or two ago.
The court jesters, I suppose they're called.
They probably bought tickets thinking that Krajcek was going to be in the final, but it wasn't to be. Krajcek ambushed by Tommy Haas in the quarterfinals. And lovely touch from Pavel, but Rafter reading his mind. be a light return.
Yes, a terrific serve, really, from Pavel. Hitting the greener part of the court, nearer the lines. Ball keeping low, shooting through. It almost becomes, as you play more and more on grass, you can actually look for patches to which to play, unlike most other surfaces.
Third double.
Break off this game.
The backhand, which has found some jewels. Finding something less than that there. And it's break point Rafter. Still to break the Pavel serve. But not now. And Rafter ahead in the match now for the first time. 1-love, third set. Well, the cricket at Lord's may have been one-sided, but this certainly isn't. Not up to now, anyway. Although Rafter threatening that he might take charge here. And Pavel thinks that that might have been a little long.
Spent a lot of time in Germany as Pavel, but seemed to be talking Romanian then. Always sounds a bit like Italian to me.
Yes. Oh, what about that for control? Miss-hit return, high up, no problem.
Yeah, he has such lovely balance as he plays this.
And Rafter looks as if he's picked up on his confidence level and his touch. And for the first time, this is looking a very tricky match for Pavel.
Yes, now he really has the, or should have, the freedom to swing away a bit more at his returns, where earlier on he wasn't able to break through at all. With the break up now, he's got that luxury.
Yeah, this is a rampant Rafter now.
Yeah, it's making Pavel scoop it up. Pavel's really got to increase the percentage of first serves.
Yes, Pavel can feel the match slipping from his grasp, rather like the racket to accidentally slip from his grasp there. No warning. Oh, it's magical stuff from Rafter. And Pavel was right to go for it.
Yes, he had to play it. Terrific bit of anticipation. He's seen Pavel play a few too many stop volleys, as he, of course, enjoys playing them himself.
3 break points for a double break. Careful.
Just practicing his forehand.
just lost the plot. And Rafter racing to a 3-love lead, 2 breaks, and he looks the likely winner now.
No one could believe it. An entire NASCAR race without a single caution. It hadn't happened on any circuit since '97. It hadn't happened at Brooklyn since 1984. That was last time out. Don't expect it to happen again in a hurry. It's the Pocono 500 next, and these boys will do just about anything to stop Dale Jarrett getting another free ride. NASCAR in Sunday Thunder, 2000cc 7 UK, live on Eurosport. With Daewoo.
Complete transformation here in the last few minutes of what was a very even match, and now looks as if it's going to be a runaway 3rd set for Rafter, or are we being a bit premature for it?
Well, it's a stunning change, isn't it? It's a bit like that Agassi-Medvedev match at the French, where Agassi couldn't hit a ball in court and then suddenly played like a god. Here, Pavel always looking really like the winner, and suddenly he's not in it.
And the margin's just going against him.
15
Seems to me that Rafter's perceptibly moved his game up a notch, and that's made the difference. Pavel under pressure.
Well, he certainly has, yes. There's just much more freedom now in the Rafter game. It's almost as if he was playing under a bit of a cloud. Not that it was bad, but and now it's suddenly very sunny, which doesn't, of course, reflect the weather at all.
40.
Well, the bookmakers have Rafter the 5th favourite for Wimbledon. But they might be reviewing things a little if this form is taken into next week.
Yes, he plays a qualifier at Wimbledon to play possibly Bjorkman, to play Kiefer. It's not an easy draw. He's lost a couple of times to Kiefer this year. But as you say, Becker could put out Kiefer. If that happens, it could do Rafter a favour. Although Rafter-Becker, that would be an interesting match.
What a match.
Yeah, I think I might actually pick Becker in that one. Well, it's just that his mentality has totally changed. He was reacting under greater pressure earlier on, keeping his form, making those backhands. But now the mind has really lost its steel. He's thinking about everything there is to think about.
Well done. Just hanging by a thread.
Yes, and taking advantage of it in the end. I think tactically a very poor rally by Rafter, because he had the opportunity there to really hit through the ball, perhaps come in, get to 1540.
So Pavel at last gets off the mark in this 3rd set, but that's the damage that's been done. So a quick commercial break. And Pavel will be back with us.
To believe it, an entire NASCAR race without a single caution. It hadn't happened on any circuit since '97. It hadn't happened at Brooklyn since 1984. That was last time out. Don't expect it to happen again in a hurry. It's the Pocono 500 next, and these boys will do just about anything to stop Dale Jarrett getting another free ride. NASCAR in Sunday Thunder, 2000cc 7 UK, live on Eurosport. With Dayu.
Rafter, within 2 games maybe of successfully defending the title he won here last year.
15.
Nope. Just enough on the hoist from Pavel.
And the backhand into better shape again from Pavel now.
He's some entertainer, is the Romanian. But it's the points that are going fairly rapidly now to Rafter.
30, 15.
Yes, he was never going to win it here. Once this had dropped short there for Rafter to play, and I think he might well have attempted the dive. I think Ili would have dived. The Romanians have got it in them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Slightly disappointed, I think. I don't know where it's gone. Oh. Well, he deserved the point for the grunt.
It was some shot.
40, 13.
A lovely little backhand flick there.
Oh, Rafter really let him back in there. And he might have some work to do now.
2.
That was careless.
Yes, it was. It was a little like the 15-30 point in the last game.
There's a kind of carnival atmosphere out there now, as if both players know who's going to win this match, but who knows? They might both be wrong.
Well, I thought he was going to tap down the court as a batsman might the wicket, but we know Rafter can get that sort of kick in his serve, even on a much smoother surface.
Great defence from the Romanian, but Rafter goes to now within 1 game of the title. Yes, reminder that we can all keep informed with Wimbledon on our website, www.eurosport.com. Keep you right up to date with all that's going on at Wimbledon throughout the fortnight. few players who could have got and made such a shot as that. This is a guy who can't move on grass.
As Pavel really got quite a bit of spin under that, stopped it dead. But good movement by Rafter, not hitting the net either. Well, it's all the fun at the fair, this.
Because the weather's suddenly taken a turn for the worse. Better call the match off. Engaging character. Well, not much is being left out here. I'm sure that got the centre line, but I don't think anyone's too bothered right now. The entertainment continues. And look, he's a cricket player as well.
Yes, I suppose the beauty of it is, as a spectacle, is that Pavel could really have turned nasty, as I think I might have if I'd virtually won the match, and then ended up having almost no chance at all in this third set. But he's turned it into a really pleasant affair.
Well, he's done well, Pavel, to get as far as he has. He's beaten Arnaud du Pascal, Carsten Brash, Nicholas Coulthie, the man who won in Halle last week, and Carol Kuchera. After beating Haarhuis, Martin Dam, Kenneth Carlson, and then Tommy Haas yesterday. Here he is then, the Aussie, serving for his second successive title here at s-Hertogenbosch.
Well, it's not often when you change your mind that you end up playing a good shot, but I'm sure Rafter was thinking of playing a conventional volley, then quickly deciding that he should drive volley it, and playing a terrific shot.
That does the trick again. It's not been so much in evidence in this third set. No. Well, Pavel lulled Rafter into a full sense of security here. This could be the three-card trick. 2 break points. Two breaks up, remember. Very well manoeuvred.
30-40.
Yes, really going straight at him. Not hit all that hard by Pavel, but nevertheless a tricky one for Rafter to deal with. Those are the ones he likes.
2.
Bit more equipment. The super return sets it up. And here's a third break point.
Yes, once you saw Rafter having to play this virtually to the side and behind him, you knew the game was up, providing Pavel kept his head.
Stop it. He was hardly serving to the backhand there, was it? It was a body ball.
He could certainly have played it on the forehand. Kept chasing Pavel.
Fourth break point. Would you believe it? And the whole stadium here at s-Hertogenbosch wreathes in smiles because this match continues. For how long, we haven't got a clue. Anything could happen.
Yes, I think he deserves it, if for no other reason than he's been pretty entertaining.
15 love.
Well, now suddenly he's found his touch of the first 2 sets. Rafter could be under some pressure in the next game again.
Yes, except the one thing that's been lacking in this match seemingly has been pressure. But who knows, it might suddenly occur now.
Yes, I think it will a bit with Rafter. It's certainly been free as far as Pavel is concerned, and one of the reasons why he's been able to hit out and play some of the shots he's been doing. Not a nerve in the body.
And he's getting the net cords now. Who knows? But you'll find out the solution when we come back after this.
Round 7 of the blistering Motorcycle World Championship, and it's a classic, the Dutch TT from Assen. A racetrack since 1925, there's always a massive crowd, a terrific atmosphere, and Eurosport will be there live from the trackside, right the way through from the first moment of practice. Qualifying for the Dutch Grand Prix is live Thursday and Friday, 12:30 CET, that's 11:30 UK, and Saturday, 9:30 CET, 8:30 UK on Eurosport. F3000, the formula that really tests the mettle of would-be champions. Motor racing that's so competitive, it's tough even to qualify. A 10-race season with Eurosport right on the spot at each and every meeting. And this time, it's Manicourt. The FIA F3000 Championship is live, qualifying Thursday 1600 CET, that's 3 UK, and the race Saturday at 1500 CET, 2 UK.
Second serve for Rafter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First time it was for practice. This is for real. Rafter serving for the match.
15 love.
And 15 love. 5-4, third set. Exquisite touch.
30 love.
Of course, the problem is you feel he might play the shot, then of course you move to cover the stop volley and he plays one up the line. Makes you look really foolish.
No more magic, or is there? 3 match points. Rafter's a champion for the second successive year here at s-Hertogenbosch. And congratulations to both. Pavel unlucky. Remember, match point he had in the second set. But it's Rafter who defends his title successfully.
Well, a real transformation. There was match A, in which Pavel had no doubt the winning of it, was the better player, but couldn't wrap up the match. And his butterfingers really cost him it, I think. In the end, there was only one player in the final set, and that was Rafter.
So we're going to Sports Centre next. Gareth Evans for International, and for British Eurosport, Sasha Upton. And then we'll be going to Pocono for the NASCAR. I hope you can enjoy Wimbledon without us, and we'll be back with Gestard, Fru and I. Our congratulations to Rafter. Good luck for him at Wimbledon.